Hi, I'm Mark Edwards. Thanks for joining us on Tech24. Coming right up, Wi-Fi on the go and in the metro. A benefit to the commuters of Paris. But is it all a marketing ploy? On top of this, is it even safe? We take a look at the free Wi-Fi operation being rolled out across Paris underground stations and what that means for the internet security. And on Test24 this week, we'll be looking at the PicoPix, a portable projector which plugs into your smartphone so you can enjoy your favourite films on a large scale everywhere you go. Now, on the 26th of June, across a dozen metro stations in Paris, harried commuters will be able to pick up their mail on the go for free. Now, thanks to an initiative by French communications giant SFR, you'll be able to access the internet at no extra cost on the underground. However, as attractive a proposition as this is, the Wi-Fi is limited to some extent as it will only be available on the platform. So is this more of a marketing gimmick or actually something which will change the commuter's life? However, even more importantly, will it be safe? And how safe is it in general to use Wi-Fi in public places? As always, we've got our technological guru whose finger is permanently on the pulse of digital news, Eric Oelander. Thanks for coming in today. Now, Wi-Fi on the tube, on the metro in Paris. Brilliant. Are we happy with that?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, what we've seen in Paris is that if you go to most public parks, there's free Wi-Fi. You go to a lot of coffee shops, there's free Wi-Fi. So free Wi-Fi is really not new. What's new is bringing it all the way underground. Now, for a lot of Parisians, this won't be a huge revolution, in part because most Parisians have cell phones, so they can get their mail through the cell phones. But since Paris is the #1 tourist city in the world, 70 million visitors come here, you can imagine that for those visitors, getting free Wi-Fi is very, very useful.
So useful, but there are, I mean, you know, let's talk. Is it safe? Can I just happily be waiting on the tube, waiting on the platform, and then why not just get on the phone?
It depends. Now, using free Wi-Fi, nothing's free in this life. Nothing's ever free. Okay, first of all, you're going to be subject to certain levels of advertising. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. More importantly, though, you should never ever go onto a free Wi-Fi network thinking that it's private and secure, because it's not. So that means that when you're on a free Wi-Fi network, don't put in bank account information. Don't type in your Gmail password. Don't type in your Facebook password, because you just don't know who's around you. And now it is so easy for anybody to sit within, 1 or 2 meters and to suck all of that information out. And believe me, they do. So be paranoid. So just like I'm going to teach my son one day that you always have to use protection when you have sex, you must always use protection when you are out surfing Wi-Fi for free, and that means you must use a virtual private network, a VPN.
Okay, so, I mean, we're talking even if Starbucks, in a hotel, anytime, any public Wi-Fi, you've always got to protect yourself.
Always should protect yourself. And so any public Wi-Fi, and that means, again, hotel, coffee shop, where you don't control the access point. So at home, you put in a password, and it's got a WEP password, the WEP, that's the security. When you're at a hotel, you don't know who is watching. Now, so the catch is, well, what do you do? Okay.
Tell us, how do we protect ourselves?
Okay, so if you don't have a virtual private network, it doesn't mean you can't go onto a Wi-Fi network. What it means is that you just don't put in passwords. So a lot of times your passwords are already saved onto your browser, and you just press connect. That works fine because you're not tapping it in so somebody can't capture them. Also, if you don't have to go to your bank account, don't check your bank on an open Wi-Fi network. You can check news, you can get sports, you can get weather, any of that kind of public information, but not any of the private information about you. You shouldn't tap in if you're not on a secure password.
So always, biggest thing, purchase a VPN.
Purchase a VPN. You can use a free VPN, but use a VPN of some kind to encrypt and to scramble your information when you're out in a public network.
I think that's very useful. I think generally speaking, people need to know that.
Right.
I mean, I didn't know that before.
Be paranoid.
Be paranoid. Okay, thanks a lot, Eric. Coming right up, we've got Test24. And this week on Test24, we're looking at the PicoPix portable projector. Weighing in at a very light 130 grams and with a 2-hour integrated battery life, means you can essentially play your movies, your games, and project them as a larger image integrated for the rest of the world, and even maybe give some presentations, Eric. I mean, what do we think?
Any white surface. This is, of all the gadgets that we've had on Tech 24, this is the only one that I've ever wanted to walk away with. I mean, this thing is incredible. So I've got it hooked up right here to my USB key. That's literally on my keychain, and I'm playing videos out of it. You can hook this up to your camera. You can hook it up directly to your cell phone and your mobile phone, your smartphone, and you can then broadcast images and slideshows, and even got a 1-watt speaker right here onto the camera on any white surface. This thing is smoking. Now, there is a downside.
There always is.
There's always a downside. The big downside here, of course, is that it's 280 euros. So this is a little on the pricey side. But what's important about this is that it's representing a new trend. And so we've seen mobility go to whole new levels with the phone itself. But now we're going to expand from the phone onto a wall into the real world. So Samsung has a new phone that's coming out with a built-in projector. We have this Pico Pix, which is coming out. So this price of 280 euros will definitely come down in the years to come.
I mean, who do you really think will buy this? I mean, the guy on the go, you could do a presentation, you know, and just carry it with you. That's fantastic. Or is it more going to be for the casual guy, you know, the person who's on holiday and I just want to be able to project whatever I've got on my iPhone or on my Samsung or whatever on my smartphone? I mean, who's this targeting?
This is targeting absolutely everybody. So it's fantastic for people who have to do presentations because you don't necessarily need to bring a laptop anymore. You can actually just bring your smartphone, hook it up, and you can do a presentation. More importantly, I have a 3-year-old. I can tell you, I can guarantee you, if I can occupy that 3-year-old with a screen on the wall and be able to take his attention off of what we're doing, this is fantastic for that as well. So personal and professional.
Okay, so the guys at the top, Apple, right? They tend to come up with new things, and we still don't know. There's murmurs everywhere. The iPhone 5. Do you think, would you put money, would you mortgage your house on the iPhone 5 having a projector like the Samsung Galaxy Beam?
The only condition that this will be into the iPhone 5 is if it doesn't take up space and make the battery that much larger. More importantly, this thing heats up pretty quickly. The iPhone 5 already has a heat problem, so I would doubt that this would be in the iPhone 5. But of course, it's all speculation until we actually see release day.
So this isn't going to be out of date too quickly. You still got a bit of life on that one.
This is a fantastic gadget.
Eric, thank you so much, as always, for coming in. And that's just about it from the Tech24 team for now. Do get in touch with us via the social network. URL should be coming up in the corner of your screen. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter at TechF24. We leave you this week with a nostalgic video. The Minitel was for many the forefather of the internet. It's installed in around 9 million homes across France. It's given 30 years of loyal service. But for the Minitel and for us, it's time to say goodbye.
See.